Hello, everyone. I'm Tyler McGraw from Emerging Civil War, and we are here at the 12th Annual Emerging Civil War Symposium. Long-awaited time for all of us here at ECW and for all of those in attendance. And currently, I'm sitting next to Neil Chatelain, who started us off very strong today with his topic, the Mississippi River versus everyone. Neil, thank you for that great talk today, and would like to ask you a little bit about that talk and what got you interested, other than your naval and all that fun stuff that you do, but what got you interested in the Mississippi River versus everyone?
Yeah, so I'm from New Orleans, born and raised in New Orleans, and mysteriously that's on the Mississippi River.
Mysterious.
So me having a fascination with riverine warfare kind of comes naturally just because it's the environment that I grew up in.
Okay.
So it makes it very close to home for me for finding something, but it also makes me more enthusiastic about wanting to dive deeper into those concepts.
You definitely had some enthusiasm with that talk, so we could tell it was very near and dear to your heart. In your research for this talk, I always like to ask kind of some of your favorite stories. Did you have one story or one incident on the Mississippi River that really stuck out for you? You're like, man, I need to make sure that this is in my talk. I cannot miss it.
Yeah, it's with this one, it was really just the overall concept of how rivers work. Most people just think of a river as being this thing that you cross or that just moves from one place to another. And I really wanted to, that's why the introduction for my talk was so deep, was that I really wanted people to understand that, rivers change course,
right?
The flow moves, the current changes in dynamics. And so it's very much the thesis of my argument was essentially that the Mississippi River is its own actor.
Right.
And so I wanted to make sure that I set the stage really well for how a river can be an independent actor in something that doesn't involve a river, but where it's taking place on the river.
Right. And I mean, I think that's pretty interesting too, because a lot of us, especially landlocked battlefield folks like myself, we don't have a lot of rivers. Sure, we have the Rappahannock and Fredericksburg and so the Po River, but I mean, these rivers are a lot larger and a lot tougher to navigate. And it really highlights the importance of terrain, because again, when we think about terrain, immediately it's Hillendale, Swales, the Stonewall, everything that's impacting you. But we don't really always go to the river and how that impacts somebody. So I think that was a really unique thing that you brought up. Last question for you. Did you find anything new in your research that you didn't know, or maybe something that went against a belief you had or a thought you had beforehand?
The thing that I thought was newish for me was essentially, so this all started out as a research paper for me that I got published in a journal, and I really just was fascinated with not just the fact the river was an actor. I think the biggest shock for me was every single battle or campaign in 1862, which I covered specifically in the talk, every single battle or campaign had an impact in that battle or campaign tied to the flow of the river or the height of the river, how the river was expanding or contracting during the course of the year. And it was just that there was so many examples, and it was an example for everything, and that all tied together to make this bigger argument of not just the river as an actor, but that actor was active, not just present.
Awesome. Well, Neil, thank you again for taking the time to speak with us today and do an interview. For all those watching on YouTube, we will see you online and on the battlefield.